Today I'm barely homesteading lumber milling with a chainsaw and an Alaskan mill. Hello and welcome to Barely Homesteading. Today we're going to be doing some milling of lumber. I've got behind me a tree that came down last fall, and we were able to get the limbs all cleaned up and most of the trunk cleaned up last fall, but then winter hit before I was able to get the main trunk milled. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. And this tree, or this trunk, is about 15.5 feet long and 20 inches in diameter at the largest point. So this is definitely the largest trunk that I've tried to mill. And because of that, I'm going to have to do it slightly different than I normally do. Normally I would put a 2x6 on there and use a guide with my other chainsaw, with my 18-inch chainsaw, and cut a flat edge, which would be the starting point for my milling. This tree is so large, like I said, 20 inches in diameter, that my 18-inch chainsaw will not cut all the way through it with that 2x6 on there. So I'm going to use a different method. I've got a ladder on here, going to use that as a guide and try to get a starting edge with that. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so we got the first cut done. Had to do it in two sections because the log tapers quite a bit. But take a look at that beautiful, beautiful wood. This is hopefully going to be a nice log all the way through that I'll be able to work around the splits. There are quite a bit of splits in this, so we'll see how it turns out. But I'm hopeful. So let's make our first slab from this log. Okay, I've readjusted the mill to the slab thickness that I want, so let's get cutting. All right, so we got that first slab off, and take a look at that wood. Pretty wood. Okay, got the second plank cut, and I could tell that the chainsaw needs a sharpen, so we're going to let it cool down and I'll sharpen it. But now it's time to get ready for dinner, so I will have to finish cutting this board probably, well, hopefully Monday if the weather cooperates. So until then. All right, so it's evening, and we decided to come up and have dinner at the fire. And so we work hard and we play hard.
Hi. And we eat hard.
Except some of us are too tired to play. Okay.
Who wants marshmallow?
Uh-oh.
Baby bear want a marshmallow?
Mama Bear's got the good stuff. What do you have? Marshmallow? Just get it down by the coals. Eventually, it'll cook faster if you get it down closer. But don't get it in the ash. That's a carcinogen. Something that causes cancer. So we're done milling the trunk. We ended up getting 5 good boards, well, about 4.5. And these boards are 2 inches thick
and about 15 feet long, and they range in width from about 14 inches to close to 20 inches. And you can see that this wood is really beautiful. There are some splits and some saw marks and things, but if you were to go to the local lumber store and buy 5 boards that were 18 inches wide by 2 inches thick and 15 feet long, this is $100 worth of wood right here. So we're going to cut this up, and we're going to actually use it to tread those stairs over there. Okay, so we built these stairs a couple years ago, and essentially all it is are logs cut in half, about 42 inches long, and we took 3/4 inch steel spikes, 36 inches long, and drove them into the ground through pilot holes in the logs. So there's 2 spikes in each one, and then we have some pressure treated 2x6s on the side just to kind of hold everything together while we were driving those spikes into the ground. The problem is that we can get water intrusion around those spikes, and it can freeze and crack. And so we're putting these treads on to not only even out the stairs for both levelness and rock, but we're also going to protect those spikes because this is going to give us a nice even surface that water won't be able to penetrate down through. And we're going to treat these stairs with a waterproofer so that the treads themselves don't split.
Okay, so we've got the treads installed on the stairs, and they're looking pretty good. Was able to get them all leveled out and definitely more even in the steps and the lengths. So I think this is going to work really well. We will go ahead and waterproof them on Monday because it's getting kind of late in the day here. And so for Barely Homesteading, this is Lumberjack saying use it up, wear it out, make it do, or do without.